Republican leaders in Congress, Mitch McConnell and Kevin McCarthy, bringing their whole kind of posters caucus together to oppose the $1.9 trillion bill, while local party leaders from across the country, Republicans, from Governor Jim Justice in West Virginia to the mayor of Oklahoma City, are saying, no, they need it. Their constituents need it. In fact, the mayor of Oklahoma City is one of 32 Republican mayors across this country who signed on to this letter to congressional leaders, urging them, quote, to take immediate action on comprehensive coronavirus relief legislation, including providing direct fiscal assistance to all cities, which is long overdue. And the mayor of Oklahoma City, Mayor David Holt, joins me now. Great to have you on, Mayor. Maybe we can just start with you telling us how your city is doing amidst this pandemic.
Well, thank you, Chris. Obviously, we've had a similar experience to lots of other cities. Our deaths per 100,000 is a little better than the rest of the state and a lot better than the rest of the country. So that's good. But we've still lost 1,000 of our residents over the last year. So that's something we mourn deeply. And then obviously there's the economic fallout. And that's something that we'll probably talk about in a minute, because it's not only affected our small businesses, but it's also affected our ability as a city to provide the services that people depend on. So We've again probably had a better situation on that front than most cities, but we've still lost a lot and we're still trying to recover.
One of the most contentious issues throughout the whole last year in previous rounds of coronavirus relief was some sort of federal relief for state and local governments. The mayors have that you signed on to explicitly cited that as important in this package. What happens to your city if there is no relief? If you just got to make do and chalk it up and carry on?
Well, we're down 5% in our budget, or I should say in our revenue this fiscal year. And that has meant about 4% cuts to police and fire and about 11% cuts to all our other city departments. So it means that we can't provide services that people depend on at the level they expect. And we're also one of the largest employers in the city of Oklahoma City. We have 4,800 employees, and we've had to freeze a lot of our hiring. Other cities around the United States have had to lay people off. So, that's how it'll affect us if we don't get this support. We'll live. The world will keep turning, but we're not providing the level of service that our citizens rightly expect. And we've had the opportunity through previous, federal actions to support our local businesses, to support a lot of other entities, but we haven't been able to actually support ourselves. We have not been able to provide ourselves relief for our revenue shortfalls. And that's what we'd like to see in this package.
There was one point at which, when this was first being discussed, the then Senate Majority Leader, now Minority Leader Mitch McConnell, referred to it, many Republicans did, as a blue state bailout. That they were going to take federal tax dollars and throw it at the liberals who were up to all sorts of crazy, extravagant spending. As a Republican mayor of a large city, what do you say to that? Are we going to give you a blue state bailout here?
No, I don't know a single mayor or governor, for that matter, who isn't down in their revenues. And Oklahoma is a red state, and our revenues are down. Oklahoma City is kind of a purple city, but our revenues are down. I understand, I've heard those arguments, and my view would be there are ways to address the need in the legislation if you want to match the revenue, the support with the need. But everybody has a need. So to say that to not support cities at all or not to support states at all is a totally unreasonable position, because whether you're a red state or a blue state, a red mayor or a blue mayor, your revenues are down and your services are suffering as a result. That is a fact.
There's also vaccination money in this. And I see that some stats from your in Oklahoma, 16% of the population has received 2 doses. Another 8% has gotten 1 dose. That's not bad. Would it help you to have specifically money for vaccination as supply ramps up? You're trying to get all the folks in your city.
Well, absolutely. We'll put it to good use. We need more doses more than anything. Yeah. We have been very successful here in Oklahoma City. We'll get every dose that they send us. We'll put it in somebody's arm in 7 days. So we just need more doses. If more money into that means more doses for Oklahoma City, that's what we need.
If I'm not mistaken, I think you worked on the Hill at one point. You worked in Republican politics. I think you've worked in the George W. Bush administration. When you look at the fact that Republicans' congressional leadership is now against this and whipping against it, are you having conversations with your Republican senators? Are you having conversations with Republican congressional caucus to be like, guys, what are we doing here?
Well, we have, I've gotten together with a whole bunch of mayors from the state of Oklahoma, and we've been on Zooms with our senators, and they hear us, they understand the need. And I should say, I'm better off than most mayors. Back in the CARES Act, 35 cities got over 500,000 got direct funding, and we were one of those. We were the only city in the entire state of Oklahoma who got direct funding. So everybody else really needs it, even more than we do. And we've articulated that. I understand there's a lot of other things in this bill, and people have to, our representation has to look at the big picture. But I'm a one-issue voter, and if it helps Oklahoma City, and in this package, by the way, would help Oklahoma City to the tune of $116 million, I'm going to fight tooth and nail for that.
Hey, thanks for watching our YouTube channel. You should know that you can follow today's top stories and breaking news and catch up on your favorite MSNBC shows all in one place. Download the NBC News app today.